Where in the world is Ellen?
This past summer, my family took a wildlife cruise, which is where I am right now. Chicago Island, Idaho Inlet, Alaska. The entire tour was spent being herded from one place to another, forced to listen to impersonal lectures and being bombarded with announcements that would usher you to a location where then you would stand and wait for stuff to happen.
We are looking for humpback whales. Out the window, Josh is searching for them. What do you see, Josh?
It's a lot of ocean, a lot of water.
Alaska is beautiful. And this cruise didn't really disappoint. I mean, we did end up seeing a lot of wildlife. Bears, seals, heaps of whales.
I say at least 15.
We just saw 6 spouts. I still say 50. Because guess what? They're swimming out. They're swimming back.
There it is.
Oh!
I've been to Alaska before, and I've experienced the really delicate balance between the slow drip of fear and letting my heart rate slow down to enjoy what's around me. But on this tour, I just couldn't seem to do that. I mean, maybe it was the boat. P.S. I get seasick just looking at boats.
Oh, we're turning.
Or maybe it was the cruise's hurry up and wait policy that just had me completely exhausted. Either which way, when they announced that there was a yak and whack tomorrow, I signed up immediately and convinced Josh, my brother, to do the same. What is it? Who knows? When does it leave? 7 a.m.
Come on, Josh, wake up.
Bouncing with excitement and or caffeine, we got to the loading dock where our kayak was waiting for us. And this is when we learned that a yak and whack is a kayak trip from a boat, finding some land to conquer, getting whacked by the forest, and then kayak trip back. 7 hours total. That's 7 hours not on the boat. Sweet. And the first 2 hours were lovely. Calm waters, the tide was on its way out, seals poking their heads out and looking at us, a slight drizzle, but overall great views. The last 30 minutes of kayaking, however, it started to pour, soaking everything that may have been kept dry with the ultimate Alaskan rain gear. It didn't matter what you were wearing or not wearing. We all got to the beach, drenched, shivering, cold, miserable, even though it's summer. It's the type of thing that makes you question your judgment on why you signed up for something like this in the first place, instead of, opting for hot cocoa and naps instead. We eat our soggy lunch under some trees before scaling this rock and tree root cliff, where the forest opened up before us like a magical fluffy playground. Stepping onto the soft moss and decomposing wood that feels like nature's couch cushions, looking out at the hundreds of shades of green that would make Photoshop jealous, I focus on a chocolate lily that a god ray is highlighting poking through the old-growth forest canopy. And then I inhale the smell of fresh rain on damp wood that can only be replicated by visiting the real thing, no matter how much Yankee Candle tries. Yet, I was still cold, and I wish we could hurry up and get someplace that was more pleasant, like a naturally occurring hot springs. We make our way over to this ledge and into this clearing, which is really a muskeg, an acidic bog where the peat moss absorbs so much water and slightly changes the pH of it, making it so nothing else can grow easily. And even though every footstep is super soggy and results in squishy puddles, all the trees and plants have these desert plant-like adaptations to try to hold on to as much fresh water as they can. Josh and I are super adventurous, and that's why we decided to wear sandals on this whole trek, even though waders was probably the better idea. Neither of our feet get cold, which is great, but that's probably our only superpower. My body is still really cold. My fingers are blue. I look at Josh. He has a blister from the flip-flops he decided to wear. And even though the rain has let up a little, we're still waterlogged frozen messes. Josh plops down. We wrap his foot with athletic tape. I stick my hands under my armpits and jump around a little. The clouds roll in again and the rain starts to plop down. We make our way through the Muskeg, swamp, creek, and find ourselves in this clearing of old-growth forest. I ask the ever-smiling guide if we can sit in silence for 30 seconds while I record it for my library. She agrees, shouts for bears first, and then relays to the group, "Hey guys, let's remember what we went through to get here, and be appreciative of what we're listening to." So we sit and listen. The rain, being moody, has picked up, but we're shielded by this canopy, and huge plunks of rain are splattering on the Devil's Club like a jazz percussionist. And the birds are playing a call and response game in syncopated rhythm. As we stood in silence, listening to nature's music, I start to reflect. She was right. There was a lot of stuff we went through. The sudden downpour, the soggy lunch, the waterlogged hiking, all to get here. The wilderness. Too many times I'm all about the destination. The grass is greener and all that stuff. I rarely take the time to sit back and just be in the moment, to be aware of where I just came from and the adventure I'm on now. On this particular day, that halfway point was the best part. This is the destination. When was the last time you sat and listened to the rain? Write me a review on iTunes or email me at ln.lurie@yahoo.com. If you want to see pictures of my Alaskan adventure, go to my blog at ellenlurie.com. Thank you so much to my parents and my brother Josh for going on this adventure with me, and to James Pancake Raelian and Robin Giannatasio Mall for lending me their wonderful ears. Okay, 2 things. First, I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to get another episode out. I was traveling this whole summer, which means I have so much tape and great stories for you that I'm really excited about, so stay tuned. They'll be coming out, I hope, every other week, server space depending. And second, I've gotten some questions about my intro music, this stuff that you're hearing. So here's a little story. This is Charlie. He's my bassoon. I went to music school, yep, useless degree, but no surprise, I did not major in bassoon playing. Some of my previous podcasts have licensed music, which apparently is a huge no-no in legal circles. I'll keep them there, but in the future, the music will either be all Charlie, my bassoon, or royalty-free music. I'll try to add these bassoon Easter egg stories at the end, for all those that are interested in nerdy Ellen life.